Let's get a YouTube. Certainly not this, but this is why you're subscribed. This is why you have the bell on if it's turned on. I'm going to be destroying my notifications with this bit of news. It's ban list day, so naturally tons of news is coming out about the ban list, but there's something bigger than this ban list right now, and the community needs to know about it. It's bad for vendors, it's bad for players, it's bad for everybody but Konami if things stands as they are now, and we need to make our voice heard. We need to make sure it changes moving forward for the ratios and core sets, because John, why are you freaking out? Why are you going crazy? The course of Yu-Gi-Oh! History has changed, and it's definitely for the worse today when we look at this. Eternity Codes booster set, and this is very nonchalantly in the article, we'll show how Konami's just slick in trying to bypass this, has 100 new cards, 50 commons, no rares, rares are banned, rares are deleted, rares are gone, 26 super rares now, 14 ultra rares, and 10 secret rares. Names and content subject to change. We need to make sure this changes. Eternity Code is one of the most looked forward to sets of all time. Definitely a top 10 set, a game changer, very, very good for the community, except for this. Let's look at some math and why I'm freaking out. Let's say you're getting a hookup on a booster box. You're getting a pretty good deal, a nice price, $60 for a booster box of Eternity Code. And you want to open a full case with your friends. That's 12 boxes. That's $720 freaking dollars. Now, under the old case ratio / set ratio of 8 secret rares per box, well, in 12 boxes, I could get 2 secret rares per box, thus being 24 total secret rares in my entire $720 case. Now, if I'm chasing 10 secret rares and looking for a playset of each card, that is mathematically, ignoring short prints, impossible. What do you think with this will happen to the pricing of chase cards if we're not getting 3 secret rares per box? What do you think is going to be happening to those prices? We're going to go back to the days of $360 playsets for things like Dark Destroyer, Megalo, all those cards being back to the normal instead of the abnormal. That's abnormal when we look at Phantasme, and that's because it didn't get a reprint for so long, and then finally its price crashed with the new Master Rule coming out for a bit. Ever since the original change ratios, which Konami gave a full-on article explaining why this is happening, how this is happening, the moves we're making, why Ghost Rares are leaving, why Ultimate Rares are leaving, and what you're getting in exchange, and said quietly, very quietly in the Eternity Code set description, do we have rares completely gone, to where even if there's a super rare in every pack, a box won't get you every super, which I actually want super rares to have a little more value. It's crazy that busted cards like Crackdown and Mystic Mine are just $3. I do think that when it comes to product, you're looking for more value, but the harder to get chase cards, being that more value is going to make them unobtainable for many, many players, talking budget or not, and they almost 1.5x the ultra rares. They jumped that from 10 to 14. Look at recent shorted ultras such as Dengirsu. Dengirsu for Orcust / anybody who has generic rank 8. That's pretty big for an ultra rare to be at the $30 range, and actually more at some points in its life. That's more than a lot of secret rares from that set we're at the time. This is bad for vendors when it comes to pre-sales, because if I'm ripping open cases to try to supply my local communities with the cards they want at fair prices for the demand that should be met, well, the demand's up here for Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now. The availability and quantity is going to keep sinking lower like this, as there's less chances for the secrets you want in this. There's less chances for the ultra you want because there's just more of them. So Konami, name and content subject to change. Let Konami know that this should not stand in the current ratio aspect. Let them know we need more ultras per box, more secrets per box, which will actually give super rares more value if this move is to pan out in favor of the community. Because right now, this is a terrible disservice to where we've come from so far and how product is currently working. And I get wanting to make your core product more appetizing, more opened, But this isn't how to do it. It makes it less appetizing because I've got to open so much more of it to get to the cards. Now I'm going to let the vendors rip open even more of it and just have to pay more out of my pocket for the cards that I want. And that's not a better solution for anybody. This makes your product sit on shelves a lot longer, and it's just not good. It's bad for all end meat, unless Konami's the one thinking people are gonna open more product for this. I don't like this move. I think it was very sneaky putting it out this ban list day, and I'm going to show you this article and how we get to this point and how not mentioned it is. Names for the Machina, and yes, Plunder Patrol will return. Also, rares are extinct. This May, humanity must outwit the ultimate dueling AI and survive the arrival of the Supreme Link 6 at Ignister monster in Eternity Code. The rules of the game have changed, allowing duelists even more freedom to concoct their own winning strategies. Eternity Code also takes advantage of these changes, introducing new cards for Synchro, Xyz, and Fusion. Weird, right around the new Master Mechanic, huh? The little change there. Yeah, they're definitely trying to sell you on that. Base strategies to help them leap into the future. Here's what you need to know about May's booster release. Eternity Code follows directly on Ignition Assault with new cards for Ad Ignister, Ancient Warriors, and the world premiere theme, Plunder Patrol. It's now easier than ever to take advantage of the Plunder Patrol's easy access to the extra deck. So they're trying to gas up Plunder Patrol as Ignition Assault, and also gas up Ignition Assault with promises from Eternity Code. The ultimate at Ignister Link monster is here. This Link 6 monster is unaffected by all other card effects, and its attack ranges from 3,000 to 6,000 depending on how many monsters are used as a material. So they're telling you Towers is in this set. New cards for strategies from 2019's Rising, Rampage, Chaos, Impact, the Infinity Chasers, Fist of the Gadgets, and Mystic Fighters. Please buy my past sets, including the first Link 4 Code Talker and incredible new Dragon Maids. Duelists who want to be fully prepared should look to Duel Overload to pick up crucial cards for decks like Dinosaurs, Madolches, and Witchcrafters before strong new cards for those themes arrive in Eternity Code. So this is actually another bit of news. We're looking at Madolche hopefully getting reprints in Duel Overload because they're mentioning directly here, and Dinosaurs, so good reprints hopefully are on the horizon for these. This is the kind of information I like snuck in an article for us to pick apart and decide and decipher as a community. Powerful general use cards that can go into any deck, including a new effect monster from the same lineage as Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Then they just, yeah, by the way, no rares. Hope you noticed. Also hope you note more secrets, more ultras. Nothing about the ratios. We just switch straight to the Machina structure deck. This change, again, for the course of Yu-Gi-Oh! History, is bigger than the ban list because it affects our day-to-day chance at getting certain cards. It affects our day-to-day prices on what's coming up. And now to get a true sense of ratios, because we know Konami's ratios definitely are off when it comes to pulls. Well, when we look at this makes it even harder to discern what's shorted because now naturally you're not going to get all those secrets in the case. Now we're having to look not just 10 cases, probably 20 to 50 case openings to try to discern and determine what might be a little bit less in the set than the other secrets and ultras. This is a big move by Konami, and all I can do is with you guys plead that we get more ultras and more secret rares and each and every box, because it's going to be needed with this big of a jump on Ultra and Secrets. And I do wonder, how's it going to work? Because there's a holo in every pack. There used to be a rare in every pack. Is it just going to be, you know, X amount of Supers still, X amount of Ultras, X Secrets? Will it be a Super in every pack? I'm looking forward to news from Konami on how this will change, but I don't think we're going to get an announcement of more Secrets and more Ultras. But if we do, I would be so appreciative. I would say that Konami's done their job right, and then it would be a good move. It would be good for everybody. But right now, with nothing standing towards that, with no clarification, with no announcement of change, I can't imagine that they would slip this in there here as an afterthought without the intention of keeping ratios the same and wanting people to open even more of one of the most in-demand sets of all time as it stands. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And I actually had kind of speed read before, so the Medolce thing is actually kind of news to me, so there's a little light at the end of this tunnel when it comes to our good old dual overload having hopefully Medolce reprints with how crazy that market is. Konami's been on the ball with reprints and reprint sets in general, but I don't think we should stand as a community for this change in core sets. Subscribe if you haven't already. Do hit that notification bell to keep up with videos like this. And thank you guys for listening to me ramble. 7 o'clock live stream, boys. Central Time tonight.